James, the progress of the offensive line, I mean, everybody's back, so you thought you guys would be better. Have you gotten to the point where you want to be?
I think in terms of like spring ball, yeah. We improved a lot from last year, but I don't think we'll ever be to the point where we're satisfied with our performance. It's a profession and a job where you have to be constantly getting better, and you can't really take a day off and like relax and say you've made it and like you're at the point of, well, I'm perfect at it, that you're never going to get to that point. So I think there's always room for improvement up front, but I think over the 15 practices over spring, we definitely got a lot better.
What about offensively? What's the biggest improvement been?
I think the biggest improvement is just the confidence in the play calling. You guys saw it today. Graham likes to take shots. He's not afraid to hold back, and I think we feed off of that. Our receivers, Bryce had 2 back-to-back plays, I think that were 70 yards, 1 for a touchdown. We feed off of that, and that's what our offense kind of lacked last year, is kind of like confidence in like what we're going to do. So he brought that to the table, and we put it on display today, and I think a lot of people are going to have that same opinion.
You guys are taking an abundance of shots like that. How does it affect you as an offense?
It makes it easier, because they constantly have to be prepared for a shot play. They can't constantly blitz the linebackers, so they have to check their read first, which takes it off of us of them automatically just blitzing. So it slows it down up front for us a little bit.
Another way is it open the field up maybe a little bit more?
Yeah, it opens the field up because we take shots like that, the linebackers are going to back off the ball, safety's going to play deeper. So it opens the box up, and we can get really going on inside zone and outside zone.
Said you guys needed improvement from last year. What did you really focus on this spring? What were the areas you had to improve?
I think the biggest thing was consistency. We had flashes last year. Everybody else said we ran the ball against the teams that we're supposed to, but we really didn't against the teams that we, So I think taking that off of last year and kind of working with that is we're going to attack every team the same. We ran the ball well against our defense all spring, and it was a real confidence boost from last year because at times we struggled, but I think through every practice we had 2 or 3 big 50-yard plus runs, so it'll be nice.
Frustrating to have a scrimmage when they're not tackling.
It's really frustrating because, you never know.
A 3-yard run could be a 12-yard run.
Yeah, someone doesn't make that tackle, and it's a whole different game, but, we have numbers are limited. We have to do it just to protect ourselves, so we all understand, but it's just frustrating at the time.
So you have your game face on, literally, in pregame. You're painted up, and then you spot somebody pretty special in the stands, and you kind of go into that mode. Is it difficult to switch back and forth?
Not really. It's kind of whenever you see them, it's like all your emotions go away, and you're back to being a dad and a husband. So no matter what goes on out there, what appearance I put on my face with my hair and my crazy face paint, I'm still a soft dad and soft husband at heart. So
do your kids get scared by the face paint?
I don't think my daughter recognized me today, honestly. This is the first time she saw me with like a full face paint, so it was kind of a shock to her. She kind of just stared at me.
James, after all the negativity of last year, what's it like to be reborn each season? It's a new season, and on top of that, with a new offensive coordinator.
It's nice, but you always got to remember like the things people said. Like you got to keep your receipts. And that's something we talk about all the time. It was kind of nerve-wracking today going out there in front of everybody just because like everybody gave us such a hard time last year, but we're a different unit, and everybody's going to have different like higher standards for us now because everything they heard over the spring. So it was up to us to really perform, and I think we did that. I don't think the starting line gave up a sack all the spring games. So it's nice moving forward, but you always kind of remember what people say.
Hearing a lot, we've heard a lot this spring about team camaraderie and gelling, and how does that make a team better, and is it improved from what it's been from the time you've been here?
Yeah, so I got here in 2018, and we really didn't do much as like a team. We had events occasionally, watched the Super Bowl, but ever since Coach Brown got here, he kind of brought in that team family aspect, which I think guys that left didn't really like buy into that all the way. Now we have a locker room full of guys that are 100% in with that, and it just makes it an environment where like you're going to do what you need to do for the guy next to you, for the guy across from you on the other side of the ball. We don't want to let each other down. We're always together. We have such a good chemistry between just from defensive back all the way to running back. It's it's a different chemistry, and like you don't want to let that guy down. You want to do everything you can to just make the job easier for them and win the game.
Is it exhausting maybe when you got a guy or two that's complaining or like, man, questioning things that are going on?
It is, but you know, I think a lot of those guys are gone. I honestly don't think we have any. So like anytime we have anything, it's all just everybody's enjoying being around. So all that negativity is kind of gone, and I don't think there's no concern of like a culture problem or anything.